What's up? Alright, so as you saw from the title, I beat Axiom Asterism. It's my new hardest 9 circles level, which is pretty cool. But this grind was an absolute hassle, bro. And I don't actually have many highlights. So to make it up to you guys, I decided to try and make a differently styled video about my grind with this level. So yeah, anyways, enjoy the video. Axiom Asterism, a level that most of you may have heard, but probably haven't really been drawn into it. I'm sure a lot of you watching this went onto the demon list, checked some levels out, but almost every time just passed through this level as if it never really existed. I used to do the same. This level is by far not the most popular one. However, it has received more and more attention as time went on, and the only way I actually stumbled across this level was through a player known as Faye, or Feodeo, who is a Polish player who beat this level as the hardest on accident. At least that's what I heard. Now my progress actually started a few months ago, not too sure exactly when, but it was when I still was on my Sayo device. So if I were to actually guess, I started this level after beating WoW, so in between like the 15th and 18th of June, somewhere around that. On the first night of playing, I actually managed to get a cheeky 50 to 100 run, which was quite nice. But then stopped playing the level right afterwards, because I don't know, I'm not sure why I actually stopped. But over time, I was on and off with the level, which made me stack up like around 2.6k attempts before properly going for this level. It was actually quite weird coming back to this level, especially since this time I was using a keyboard instead of a Sayo. I only ended up doing 60 to 100. After that, I didn't actually make much progress that day, since there was actually a party going on. Here's a picture, by the way. On the second day, however, this is where I actually started to realize how difficult this level is. You see, for me, personally at least, the second half is actually a lot easier to understand because the click pattern is just much more understandable for me. First off, it's just weird, honestly. I ended up doing 34 to 72 in the first hour. However, after a small break, I managed to do a solid run of 34 to 95, which actually really motivated me. However, the next day was the most demotivated I felt in a long time. The day started off well, with a quick 60 to 100 to start off the day. Since the day before I managed to get to the ending from 34%, I decided to actually learn the beginning of a wave, which is by far the hardest part of the level. You see, with this level, the second half of the wave is much easier than the first half. Apart from the last spammy part, that part actually gave me a lot of trouble, but I'll get onto that soon. Randomly, I actually managed to do a run from 24% to 81%, which I really did not expect, and here started a new problem, which was spam. This level was quite spammy, and after even getting to a pink part of the wave, my hand started to just slow down because it started getting tired. And since the last wave has fast clicks, I would die there a lot in runs. Fortunately, in the same 30 minutes, I managed to do 24 to 100. I honestly do not know how I managed to do that when I did, but it unfortunately didn't make me any more consistent with the first wave. I took a little bit of a break afterwards, and then started playing from zero for a bit, and I accidentally fluked from 21% to 57%, which was another gigantic fluke. Bear in mind, by this point I was already at around 7k attempts, which was honestly quite scary for me. I've never hit 10k on any level that I played before, so this was like a new experience. The rest of the day I didn't actually make any progress. If anything, I started getting really frustrated because of a mind block I had with the first wave. Also, during this day, there was drama going on. I'm not going to get into it, but it was really annoying. Thankfully, after this day, I was in a way better mood because the drama just died down, which made me be able to just focus on the level. On that day, I did something shocking. I fluked from 57 to 81, which was a reasonable death, and it motivated me to keep pushing. Since school started, my progress did slow down slightly. However, I did manage to get some progress, most notably 60%, until one day after school, I decided to just lock in. Everything was going so well, I was getting consistent at the first wave, my spam endurance was noticeably better, until just this happened. I beat it. Dude, I fucking... Okay, bro.
No, you didn't take 10k.
That was this was the day, bro. I fucking knew it, bro. Okay.
No. You didn't take 10k.
Oh my goodness, dude. I don't like this level. Beating this level felt absolutely awesome, especially since it didn't even take me 10k. It almost did, though. It was very fucking close. But just like Faye, I think this is an accidental hardest. This 100% felt harder than Condition. Either way though, the grind has come to an end and I can finally move on to other projects. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. This is a very new type of video for me, so hopefully I executed it well enough for it to be entertaining. But yeah, goodbye for now.